Alright, so I've been wrestling with this for a couple minutes now, using my screwdriver, sticking it between the pump and the engine, being careful not to damage anything while I'm prying, using the screwdriver as a wedge while wiggling the pump. Been able to work it loose a little bit, so we'll see if we keep doing that, if we make more progress. Sometimes they get stuck on the shaft after being on there for a few years. And positioning the screwdriver in different points around the pump to try and pry the pump off the shaft somewhat evenly. I'm going to spray a little WD-40 down in there on the shaft. Tip it, help it get down in there and work that pump loose off the motor shaft. Remember, you want to be careful not to damage anything while you're doing this. Alright, so I found out what was working was just to start pounding on this thing. It looks like it's actually rusted onto the shaft. I sprayed some more WD-40 down in there. Continued to work it loose and bang on it, and before you know it, it just all of a sudden wants to come off. At least it did. WD-40 is your friend for sure at this point, so we're real close to getting it off. Now don't tell anyone, this is not a mechanic's hammer, this is a carpenter's hammer. But it is the same type of hammer I have on my shirt. Don't forget who taught you. Ready for a new pump or to be used as a mini bike motor, which is my favorite use for these things. It's a good Honda engine. Now if you decide to put it back together, buying a new pump, it goes on just as easy. Just make sure you clean off the shaft on the motor so things are nice and smooth when they go back on, and it will go together unbelievably smooth and bolt on with those 4 bolts. You'll be good to go. But remember, don't ever run your pressure washer without a water source attached. And you'll want to pull after you attach the water source, you'll want to pull the trigger so water starts to flow out the wand before you try and start the engine. Just another tip.